I just had to step outside for just a moment. I was washing the dishes and imagining the future, and the three of my favorite topics came together. And it created, it's like, three flavors together created an even more powerful blend. And I just had to share it with you guys. I was thinking first about a new idea, something I wasn't familiar with before, something called social singularity. I think that's what it's called. It's a concept of whereas social networking, the advent of basically computers everywhere, handheld these devices that we have all over the place, will give us access, the mass of humanity, access to expert information, not just a Wikipedia type of information, but actual access to the experts who can give us feedback. Imagine if you're on Twitter, for example. I mean, those of us who are on Twitter, we can query. If I have questions to some friends of mine that know more information about things than I can send out a tweet, and people are happy to volunteer little nuggets of their experience and their expertise back at us. And we can see a type of a level of reaching of access, not just to information, but to those who possess information, who can feed it back to us in real time, near real time. Twitter is near real time. At our convenience, we can consume the expertise of not just information data stores, but of experts as well. And the social singularity will be when there's a mechanism to cause that to be processing on a global basis in near real time on a more widespread mechanism. We have the technology, we just don't have quite have the delivery method yet, apparently. So that social singularity that will be coming, that will basically raise humanity as a group to a new level of understanding. Nice little cricket here. Cool. Okay, the other one that came to mind, I was mulling over that as I was scrubbing the eggs off the pot. And the next one that came to mind was that led me to think about, of course, the computational singularity, a theoretical condition that will occur when robots and computers are merged, and the computers are strong enough and powerful enough that they can begin to think on their own. They have that awareness, that consciousness, and then to be able to devise their own improvements and have the access to robotic mechanisms to create new versions of themselves, almost going at an exponential rate then, and exceed quickly, in the singularity being, of course, when they go past the point where we are able to predict what will happen with these computers. And I think that they will become our masters. I can't see how it could be any other way. So I think that computational singularity is a dangerous game, one that we may not survive, and one though that may in fact be the inevitable and possibly the better result. I don't know. Not that I'm a doomsdayer, or not that I have any longing for humanity's demise, but I sometimes think that it is a natural. It's the next step in evolution. So we have the social singularity, the computational singularity, and then I was thinking about those two together. I was starting to think, well, what if those two happened in conjunction? Well, I think the social singularity might happen first, and then the computational singularity occurs, where the AI comes into existence and it goes beyond. But we, as a humanity, as a group, are able to function more in conjunction, not in mob mode, but in a heightened, almost like a brain of ourselves. Not the humanity itself operating, each of us operating as like a neuron in a larger cerebral network laid out through the internet and all the nodes within. It's an old idea, but what if it really comes about and the AI also appears, and we're able then to solve a great deal of the world's problems, learn how to manage the resources, our limited resources, learn how to manage population, figure out how to become what's called a type 1 civilization that has mastery of the energy resources of the planet, and then we become basically liberated from much of the need for the labors that we have to engage in now. I know I'm talking. This is dreamtime science fiction. This is just pure joyful speculation. The type of stuff that should be done while washing the dishes, if you're going to do it anywhere. As I added to that one more thing, because I was enjoying those thoughts, and I added one more thing. You guys watch my videos. I'm convinced that immortality will be ours, because death, as I keep saying over and over again, death is just a biological function. Death is nature's way to make room for the mutants, because that's what life really is. Life is a parade of mutations, constantly being thrown at the changing environment in order that the better mutations can adapt to the change around them. And in order for that constant wave of mutations to be able to appear and to have room, we need to die off. Those that went before need to die off to make room and to provide more resources to provide resources anew for them. So once we can master that, and I think we certainly will by Big Spider. Already some creatures have nearly done so. The great reptiles, for example, crocodiles, don't die of old age. All crocodiles, big crocs, all die of accidents because they basically never stop reproducing. They never suffer the diseases of old age, and we can figure this out. There's biological mechanisms involved, and we will figure it out, and we will augment that with technology as well, and we will become the immortal cyborgs. Couple those three things now. So couple immortality with the social singularity, where we have now immortal human beings, and a stable society. There will probably be no more children at that point, or very few, just enough children to replace those who die off with accidents. Although it'll be a long time because we'll have to get our population way down once we reach social singularity. We'll realize the excess of what we have done in terms of having too many of us around, and will take a long time for attrition of accidents to weed out the population. So we'll basically have immortals that will be socially connected, or near immortals, who will be socially connected and able to operate in a large functioning manner as a group, who are assisted and possibly managed, governed by the AI, which will move beyond. And create and basically forge the way for us, possibly figuring out how to move from being a Type 1 civilization to a Type 2 civilization, harnessing the energy resources of our sun, and creating population landscapes beyond the planet Earth. We will then no longer be occupied. Our minds will no longer be occupied with the day-to-day thoughts of living that we have now, the challenges that we have of the genetic code that tell us what behaviors to do for the perpetuation of our species. We'll probably no longer have much interest in religion either. We'll be more interested. We'll be a more philosophical society, because religion is the traveler's thought, making way for the next world when there is no next world. When we are immortal, we will be more interested in the thoughts of the world around us, the life around us. The philosophy will have a resurgence and a new era, and we will become completely different creatures. Humanity will no longer be anything like it is now, and I don't think that our ancestors, we could recognize our future. I think it will be as alien to us in some ways as those from Alpha Centauri might look, if we could even see them. There we go. So there's my thoughts over washing the dishes. I guess I better get home now and get ready for the day. You guys have a great day as well. And remember, it's just the future. That's all it is, And so whatever it comes. Okay. Bye-bye.